Guys, Coach Pillowfist here. So the jab is the most common way to get in on the inside, right? But every time you do it, you're getting countered on your way in, or the opponent just steps away from you. It's frustrating, right? Well, in this video, I'm going to point out a few adjustments that you can make with your jab to get in on the inside better. So most of the jabs that you throw in a fight are just regular jabs. You're not necessarily trying to get in on the inside, right? So you just need to take a minimal step with those jabs, just right? However, when you're on the outside and you got to jab your way in, you got to take a little larger of a step, right? We got to kind of take a larger step, right? Now, the problem with that is the longer the distance that I got to travel with that jab, the more telegraphed my step is, right? So when I throw that jab at a long distance, a good fighter will see that coming from a mile away. Let me show you that again. So I'm trying to jab from a longer distance. You see that little lunge step that I'm doing? This little lunge step is a dead giveaway for the opponent to counter you on your way in. So my first solution to that is to double jab, right? Because when we're taking the double jab, we're traveling that same distance as when we do that long lunging jab, except we're taking smaller steps and tighter steps, right? Now, my second piece of advice. Per the laws of physics, it's always harder to move something that's stationary than to move something that's already moving, right? So in this case, if I'm stationary and I'm just standing still like this, it's harder for me to move my whole body from a stationary position, right? Whereas if I'm already moving around, it's easier for me to move when my body's already moving, right? It's like my body's already mobile and I'm kind of using that momentum of my body already moving to step with that jab. Another thing is that when I'm standing still, the opponent is hyper-focused on all of my movements right here, right? So I'm over here, and they can see the slightest of movements that prepares that jab, right? But if I'm already moving around, then I can blend the preparation of that jab with my movements, right? Right, then I'm already moving, so stepping, bow, just like that. So I'm already moving, I'm mobile, just like that. So we're gonna step. Now my third piece of advice, where does that jab start? On this rear foot, right? The jab starts at the rear foot. So the further my rear foot is from that opponent, the harder my rear foot has to push off to travel that distance, right? So the point that I'm making is the closer you get that rear foot to your opponent, the better it is for my jab. So oftentimes when we're moving around the ring, we're constantly transferring our weight from the front foot to the rear foot, front foot to the rear foot, just like that. When we're moving our head, oftentimes we're transferring our weight from the front foot to the rear foot like that, right? So when we're moving around, all right, and you guys transfer that weight to your front foot, discreetly move this rear foot closer to the opponent. Pow! Then you get a lot closer of a target with that opponent, right? So I'm moving around, pow! All right, just like that. Moving. A lot of the times the opponent won't even notice that you just move this rear foot closer to the opponent, right? It's like that. Now my last method of getting in on the inside utilizing that jab, it's a little more sophisticated, a little more advanced, so proceed at your own capacity. So that is the 2-1 coming inside, all right? 2-1, just like that, 2-1. You don't want to throw that straight rear hand with power. As a matter of fact, it's not even intended to touch the opponent, right? I'm just gonna throw that 2, and then that 1 is what I really want to connect with, right? 2, just like that, all right? Now what this straight rear hand is doing is creating that forward momentum for me to be able to reach the bag. All right, so I go like that. All right, another thing is that it's turning my shoulders in preparation for my jab. It's loading that shoulders up to throw that jab. So when I distribute that forward momentum to this front foot, I'm able, all right, to take that long stride like that. And like that. If you guys want to learn another effective way to make that jab unpredictable, click on this video right here. But other than that, thank you guys for tuning into that video. If you guys have any questions, please comment down below. Please like, comment, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one.